subscribe. Because what you're about to hear could change how you see everything. Jim Jones didn't just wake up one day and get caught slipping. This was a storm building behind the scenes for years, and now it's finally come crashing down in a way nobody expected. From wild federal charges to betrayal in his own circle, and a woman who may or may not be holding him down through the chaos, this isn't just about one man. This is a full-blown unraveling of reputation, loyalty, and legacy. So, when the news broke that Jim Jones had been arrested in Georgia, most people assumed it was another minor hip-hop headline, something that would trend for a few hours and disappear. But then the details started dropping like bombs. Not only was Jim arrested after a police chase, but he was allegedly caught with guns, drugs, and 3 other people in the vehicle. And that wasn't even the worst of it. The feds were reportedly already building a case, tracking him for over a year with wiretaps, secret recordings, and a trail of financial transactions that looked a little too suspicious for their liking. Now, when the FBI shows up with receipts, they're not bluffing. And in this case, they allegedly came stacked with allegations of racketeering, money laundering, and enough surveillance to make anyone paranoid. And here's where it gets truly wild. This wasn't the first time Jim's name had been mentioned in criminal investigations. Back in 2019, during Tekashi 6ix9ine's explosive trial, Jim Jones's name came up as being affiliated with the 9 Trey Gangsta Bloods. Tekashi straight up said it on the stand, but Jim never addressed it directly. Fans debated for weeks. Was Jim truly connected, or just another name dragged into Tekashi's sinking ship? But now, in light of this arrest, people are re-examining those claims with fresh eyes. See, when someone gets caught up in federal charges like racketeering, it usually signals something deeper: organized crime, criminal networks, illegal operations that don't just appear out of nowhere. Racketeering is a big deal. It means the feds believe you're not just part of a criminal enterprise, but potentially leading it. Now layer that with money laundering accusations and things start looking even darker. Jim Jones has long been praised for his business savvy. He's invested in fashion, crypto, real estate, music, you name it. But now those very moves that once elevated his image are under a microscope. The feds allegedly suspect that some of those business deals were used to move money illegally. See, money laundering works by making illegal cash look legit. So if someone's moving big money through businesses, properties, or crypto with sketchy trails, red flags go up. And Jim's paper trail, according to reports, wasn't clean enough to keep the heat away. The question everyone's asking now is, was he the mastermind or just the front? Because this feels bigger than just one man. Insiders claim the investigation started months ago, maybe longer, and that Jim had no idea he was being watched. But there are other voices, some saying Jim absolutely knew. When his mugshot dropped, people were expecting a broken man. Instead, he looked calm, almost smug, like a man who was prepared. That calm has sparked speculation. Is Jim just keeping it cool for the cameras, or is this a deeper confidence because he knows something we don't? Maybe he thinks he'll beat the case. Maybe he believes he's untouchable. Or maybe, and this is where things get spicy, he thinks someone else is going to take the fall. And that leads us to the Snitch Theory. Because in every RICO case, there's always the same question: who talked? Who flipped? Who betrayed the crew? In Tekashi's case, it was Tekashi himself. In Alpo Martinez's case, it was Alpo. In every major bust, there's someone feeding the feds info from inside the circle. And if Jim got caught up with surveillance, wiretaps, and financial tracking, then chances are high someone close to him flipped. Could it be a friend, a business partner, a crew member, or someone trying to save themselves? No one knows yet, but fans are already guessing. And let's not forget Jim's past run-ins with the law. Back in 2018, he got hit with drug and gun charges after another police chase. He took a plea deal, avoided prison, and kept it pushing. But this time, things are different. This isn't local police, this is federal. And the feds don't do casual. They build airtight cases, and they don't offer sweet plea deals unless you're bringing more to the table. That brings us to Chrissy. Now, anyone who knows the Jim and Chrissy saga knows their relationship is deep, dramatic, and real. She's been by his side through thick and thin. When the news of Jim's arrest broke, she stayed silent. But then came a cryptic post: "Stand by the ones you love through the storm." That got fans buzzing. Was it a message of loyalty, or just a way to keep up appearances? Some believe she's working behind the scenes, trying to manage the fallout. Others think she's tired of the drama and is pulling back. Either way, her silence speaks volumes. Behind every high-profile arrest is a wave of PR control, and if Chrissy's in damage control mode, that means the situation is more serious than it appears. And while we're on serious topics, we gotta talk Dipset. Jim Jones isn't just a solo act. He's part of one of the most iconic rap groups in history. Dipset, also known as the Diplomats, helped define New York rap in the A2000s, but they've always carried a certain reputation. Whether it was Jules Santana getting arrested for bringing a gun to the airport, or whispers of street activity behind the scenes, the group has always walked a thin line between rap legends and street figures. Now, with Jim's arrest, some are asking, are more Dipset members being watched? Are the feds going to dig deeper? Because when one member of a crew gets caught up, it doesn't stop there. Federal investigations branch out. They start asking questions about everyone connected, every business deal, every recorded phone call, every suspicious money transfer. If Jim's caught in something big, his friends, collaborators, and even rivals might be in the crosshairs. And it doesn't stop at Dipset. Jim has connections with major industry figures: Jay-Z, Lil Wayne, Meek Mill, Rick Ross. He's been around legends. If any of those collaborations are linked to suspect dealings, even indirectly, it could drag even more names into the mix. Now let's return to that mugshot, because it deserves a second look. The expression, the calmness, that smug energy. It's not just a photo, it's a message. Rappers have long used their mugshots to send signals. Remember Gucci Mane? His booking photo looked like an album cover. 21. Savage stayed stone-faced when ICE picked him up. Young Thug didn't flinch during his RICO arrest. These images become statements, symbols of defiance. But Jim's calm might not be a flex. It might be resignation. Maybe he knew this was coming. Maybe he's made peace with it. Or maybe he thinks he's going to walk free and this is just another chapter in his legend. But what are the real options on the table? Let's break it down. Option 1, he pleads out. The feds love plea deals. They get convictions and the accused gets lighter time. If Jim knows the evidence is strong, he might cut a deal, serve a few years, and get back to business. Option 2, he fights it, takes it to court, defends himself. But that's risky. If he loses, he could be looking at serious time. RICO isn't a slap on the wrist, it's a hammer. Option 3, this case explodes into something bigger. If Jim's not alone in this, the feds might be building a wider net. They might be targeting a network, and Jim is just the first domino. More arrests could be coming. And if that happens, this could be one of the biggest hip-hop legal stories of the decade. And through it all, Chrissy. Will she ride or dip? So far, she's been loyal. She proposed to him. She stood by him for years. But legal battles test everything. Love, loyalty, patience. If things go left and Jim's facing years behind bars, will Chrissy wait or will she walk? Fans are already debating, digging through old clips, interviews, trying to find clues. But the truth is, only Chrissy knows what she'll do next. And maybe even she's not sure yet. So here we are, a rap legend, a federal case, a silent queen, and a whole